Hello everyone, I'm Ben, welcome back to TechBlock. Today we're going to be attempting to fix and, first diagnose what is wrong with my PC. As over the past month or so, after we did the first ever PC build series on the channel where we built this PC, ever since then, it's developed some sort of strange, it's just kind of messed up, I guess. For those that aren't familiar with what is actually wrong with the PC, if you've not been keeping up with the uploads over the past month or so, the thing that's wrong with the PC isn't anything awful. As you can see, everything's working, everything does work fine for the most part. It's just that booting up the PC involves me going to the back of the PC and unplugging everything from the back of the motherboard. And by everything I mean all the USB ports that I plug into the back of the motherboard. I have to unplug every single one of them. Else, if I try to press the power button with all those USB ports plugged in, the PC will just turn on for a second and then immediately die, and it will just power cycle over and over and over again. It's really annoying, and I think for the past month, every single morning, I've been unplugging all the USB ports, powering it up, and then immediately plugging them back in, and everything just works fine after that. I do not understand what could possibly cause this. But I have mentioned this problem many times in the past in previous videos, and a lot of you did actually give me quite a few suggestions on how to go about fixing this, or at least trying to diagnose what is causing this problem in the first place. So I have picked up a power supply tester. We're going to be using this to test our power supply. Even though the power supply in the PC is literally brand new, this is just going to be used to make sure that, it isn't the power supply at fault here. It's probably something else. I highly doubt the power supply is actually messed up in any sort of way. There is a 4-port USB 3.0 expansion card installed in one of the PCIe slots. That might be the problem here, as ever since I moved that card, I guess that is kind of when the issues began. So we're gonna, take that out at one point and, see if that fixes our problem. Maybe it's a faulty USB 3.0 card. I don't know. And also there's a good chance that this is just mainly a software problem, and it's my USB drivers are corrupted, or something along those lines. So I've downloaded a hotfix from my motherboard's website. So I downloaded a few things from Gigabyte's website, and we're gonna install those first and see if that can fix the problem. And hopefully we don't have to actually dig into the PC, as if I do open up the PC, what I'm gonna do is just mainly trial and error. So I'm gonna unplug some stuff and just try to boot up, and eventually try to work our way down to the culprit here, which I hope isn't the power supply, and it's probably just a USB expansion card that's, just gone wrong over time. But yeah, with all that said, let's put the tripod down. I'm going to show you exactly what the problem is, and we can go ahead and begin trying to fix it. This may even become a multiple part series. If I don't fix it in this episode, you guys can try to help me out and, leave me your suggestions in the comment section down below. Then maybe I can do a part 2. On once again trying to diagnose the problem. But hopefully it doesn't have to come to that, and I can just, get it all sorted today, and we can put this behind us, as I am doing a brand new PC build next month, RTX 2080 Ti, probably. The one problem with the new PC build is that I don't know how I'm gonna actually get my hands on one of the new RTX cards. They're all out of stock, so I don't have a clue on how the hell I'm actually going to get my hands on one of those cards, but I'll worry about that once the time comes. For now, let's turn this PC off and then try to boot it up again with the USB ports plugged in. Shut down, there we go. What would be quite funny now, I guess, is if I try to boot it up with, this kind of setup, and everything just works fine with all the USB ports plugged in. Man, right, 3, 2, 1. Saw that? That's what happens when you have USB devices plugged into your motherboard. What is wrong with you? See, it's just power cycling. Okay? Yeah, you get the point. So I'm gonna cut the power. There we go. And now we're gonna try to make it boot up, okay? This is what I always do every morning. So I've now unplugged every USB port from the back of the motherboard. Oh, hello. See, it also does this. So this is why it may be an actual power supply problem, or a motherboard problem. Yeah, now that it's power cycled a few times, it basically refuses to boot. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to probably come back in a few minutes, because it will not boot at all until, I don't know, I don't know, is now pretending it to be completely dead. Nice. Just like, yep, you wanna wake up now? You wanna stop playing around, dude? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Flick the power supply on, and here we go. It's booting up just fine once again. You can see Windows is loading up there as if nothing happened. So one thing you can probably see now is that the NZXT lights have kind of reset back to, you know, like factory settings. That's because I guess the PC power cycled, and yeah. There we go, we're in Windows, everything works fine. Alright, so now that we've booted up into the PC, let's go ahead and try to fix this via software. As you know, this could very well be like a software problem, but I mean, it might be a software problem, to be honest, I don't really know, dude. Alright, so I've downloaded like an Intel USB 3.0 driver, so your computer does not meet requirements for installing the software. Well, we failed already. Okay, I have a USB 3.0 hotfix. This is apparently meant to fix some kind of like compatibility issue for USB 3.0 devices on this motherboard. So let's see what happens when we try to install this. Yes, and this is probably the latest revision. Microsoft update. What the heck? Searching for not applicable on my PC. Cool. What is this then? Ah, the same thing. Okay. Well, the two software fixes that I downloaded from Gigabyte's website, neither of them work for my OS. Right, that's pretty much all I had for software. There is possibly a problem with drivers. Like, I guess one thing I could do is go into like Device Manager and you know, just begin like uninstalling all the USB controllers and stuff, and just hope that, you know, this can be fixed via software. Alright, so I'm going to slowly make my way down through all these controllers here and you know, just begin uninstalling all of these serious bus controllers, dude. We have a generic USB hub, uninstall. I don't know what you are, but we're gonna uninstall everything, dude. Yeah, the moment I seem to uninstall this stuff, it immediately, like, you know, reinstalls the drivers, so that's a good thing, I guess. USB root hub 3.0, goodbye. I really doubt that this is going to fix anything, but, you know, it's worth a try. A lot of you did suggest this in the comment section down below. To finish removing the device, you must restart your computer. Right, I think that might have been a Razer product. As what? My mouse is no longer functioning, nor is my keyboard. I can't press yes, I can't press enter. This uninstalled the drivers from all the Razer products. Right, well, we can't restart, so we'll shut down. We're close enough, I guess. Ah, OBS. Oh. Well, I meant to stop the recording on OBS. I can't. Rest in peace. Oh no, I forgot to unplug the USB devices. Aha, see, this can be saved. It can power cycle once, and if you quickly plug out all the USB devices before the second power cycle, then it boots up just fine. But if you let it power cycle more than twice, and you then unplug the USB devices, what happens is the PC completely shuts down. It's like, nope. And as I've been experiencing this problem for quite a while, I kind of know like all these little weird quirks of the problem. And I also now need to plug in my keyboard and mouse because neither of them work right now. Everything works again. Right, I'm not gonna uninstall the USB like root hub. Right, we're back on Device Manager. Let's uninstall some other like random USB composite device. Yeah, let's get rid of all those. I don't know what they are, but let's get rid of them. Right, now we have a lot less USB devices. Let's uninstall all of these. Let's get rid of them all, except USB root hubs. And hopefully it won't tell us to restart every single time. Okay, oh, that was a mouse. That was, yep, that was the Razer gear again. Yeah. We have to, it's not gonna shut down again because of OBS, so we're gonna have to probably forcefully shut, yep. Yep, goodbye. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh no, the USB devices again. See, this happens like every morning, dude. I was a bit too late there. Power cycle twice. Oh, see? It's gonna, you think it's booting up, but because of power cycle twice. Wait, what? It's just a black screen and it's gonna turn off. I've gone through this too many times. And then it boots up just fine. What the hell? We're setting up Razer Huntsman Elite. Oh dear. I'm so worried that it's just that I'm gonna accidentally uninstall like my mouse and keyboard again. Intel USB 3.0 host controller. Watch me just like completely brick my PC. Oh, damn it. What? So, the mouse. RIP the mouse. Keyboard still works. Rest in peace the keyboard as well then, boys. But before we turn it back on, you know, of course, unplug all the USB devices. Or should we try to boot it up with the keyboard and mouse plugged in? Just the keyboard and mouse plugged in, okay? We've just uninstalled the drivers for like both of them, I guess. Will this fix the problem? No. No, it didn't. And there we go. We unplugged them before the second power cycle, so it should boot up just fine. But yeah, I don't think this is a software problem. We're gonna have to move on to hardware, I think, because this is the only way to fix it. Hardware. This is definitely a hardware problem. Before we open up the PC, I want to try one thing, and that is plug in a USB flash drive into the back of the motherboard and see if that causes the PC to, you know, power cycle. A USB flash drive, you know? Okay, this is plugged into a USB 2.0 port. Yep. Unplug it, plug it into a USB 3.0 port. Yeah, still power cycles. Unplug it completely. And now it boots up. What do you mean? How? How do you manage this? Alright, so I've moved the PC over here. I've plugged in all the essentials we'll need, I guess, to, you know, troubleshoot this thing. So I've got my keyboard plugged in, my mouse and mouse mat, and then my monitor as well. So let's do a quick boot test, I guess, to see if it even works now. It should, I've got the USB devices plugged in already. We should see the 4K monitor turn on. Yep, it's all good. And just before we open it up, I do want to show you that if I do plug in some USB devices into the USB 3.0 expansion card that I've plugged into one of the PCIe slots on my motherboard, these devices here are pretty much not affected by this whole power cycling thing. So if I boot the PC up now, nothing's plugged into the back of the motherboard, but it's booting up just fine, even though there are USB devices plugged into this expansion card. See, it boots up just fine. I don't even have to like unplug anything. So yeah, we're on the Windows screen. It's all good. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, show you that, you know, I think there's something wrong with the motherboard. I'm gonna take off the side panel. First thing I'm gonna do is unplug the USB expansion card and see if that's the culprit here. Because, you know, maybe it is, maybe it is. I've now unplugged it out of the motherboard, and it is powered by Molex, by 4-pin Molex connector. So I'm gonna unplug the Molex connector as well. And yeah, there we go. Right, so here's the USB expansion card that was inside my motherboard. Yeah, here it is. I bought it on Amazon. It's got like a black PCB. It looks pretty nice, you know, pretty stealthy and stuff. But this might be the problem here. And now the moment of truth, I guess, is to see if this is our culprit here. So power the PC back up and see if this fixes it. It probably won't, but worth a try. Right, I'm gonna plug in my mouse into a USB 2.0 port in the motherboard. Oh, turn the power supply on first. That helps. Nope, didn't fix it. Yeah, the problem here isn't the USB expansion card at all. Perhaps what's causing the problem here is this RGB controller for like all the LED lights and stuff and the RGB fans in the PC. So what I'm going to try to do is just unplug everything here, try to boot the PC up, I guess, with none of the like RGB fans or anything and none of the LED strips that are built into the PC case. And I just want to see what happens, I guess. All right, so our RGB hub is now completely unplugged. Plug in this, plug in power, and then let's plug in a USB device. Right, let's go for the mouse again. This time into a USB 3.0 port. Let's hit the power button. Turn on the power supply first. Hit the power button. What? What do you mean? Have I just found the problem here? The mouse is on. What? Well, my mouse is powered, the PC is on, and we booted it up with a USB device in the USB 3.0 port. Right, okay. We might have found the problem here already. This might be our problem here, like an RGB controller for the GameMax Chroma case. What I'm gonna try to do now is plug in 3 USB devices. So 2 for my keyboard and 1 for my mouse. 2 of these devices will be in USB 3.0 ports, and 1 of these devices will be in a USB 2.0 port. So they're pretty much just spread out all over the motherboard. Let's see if this boots up again with 3 USB devices. Oh, no. Now it's power cycling again. Huh. But it booted up with 1 device, and that was that USB port here. Why is there spider webs in this PC? Has there been like a spider that's been crawling around in here? Because the PC booted up when I had a mouse plugged into this USB port here, which makes no sense. This 1 USB port. Right, so I'm gonna try this again. I've got my mouse plugged into this USB port, and it booted up fine earlier. No. Then it doesn't boot up. But it booted up once. What the heck?